First at 5 tonight, Hitching a Ride. If you find yourself in need of a lift in Halifax, your choices are call a friend, take public transit, or hail a cab, but there could be more options in the future.
A survey recently launched by the city is looking at issues in the taxi industry and whether rideshare programs should be given a chance. CTV's Bruce FRISKO spoke to those on both sides of the Uber debate about just how welcome the service would be in our region. Bruce.
Well, Maria, it might surprise you to learn that Uber, the concept, was born a full decade ago, and that's particularly striking here in the Maritimes because, of course, we don't have Uber. And if a lot of people in the taxi industry have their way, we never will. On a blustery September day outside a popular tourist destination in Halifax, Julia Bronstad and Judy Brewer explore the city for the first time. Their journey from Dallas began with an Uber ride to the airport.
It was fine. We asked them to be there at a certain time, and they were on time and at a reasonable rate also. It's an industry that's thrived in our connected world. Uber was born in Paris in December of 2008 when two tech-savvy young entrepreneurs expressed frustration about not being able to get a cab one night. 3 months later, they developed the app, and by July of 2009, the first rider booked a trip with a driver in San Francisco who was looking to pick up some extra cash. 8 years later, the company says it has facilitated 10 billion trips in 21 countries. Already established in other markets in Canada, Uber now seems to have its sights set on the Maritimes. The company's food delivery service is already available, and Uber is encouraging its users to take part in a survey Halifax is conducting on the future of the taxi industry. People in that business are very aware of it.
We're not protected. Uber does not ask municipalities, provinces, or the federal government, can we operate in your zone?
After a lifetime in the taxi business, Dave Buffett thought he'd seen it all. But the rise of ride-sharing services have been on the radar for a few years now. He notes cabbies already pay heavy tax and insurance for the right to carry passengers. And they've upped their game and banded together in recent years.
Ultimately, we're competing against each other, this company against that company, but we have to start working together. So if one company takes a passenger north and the other brings it south, as long as we're keeping them in the industry.
The taxi and limousine industry does not want to see Uber here. We could take care of the city. All you have to do is what I asked for at City Hall. I asked you to remove the zones so that we can move freely about.
There has been complaints from the taxi drivers, yes.
But the service took off anyway, and the fact that it's not available here is a bit of a surprise to the visitors from Dallas.
Yeah, I thought everybody. I thought it was everywhere. If you didn't have Uber, you had Lyft.
Possible winds of change hidden in the blustery September day. Now, Uber continues to expand by leaps and bounds. The company is now offering apps to connect users to car and scooter rentals, transit tickets, and, of course, delivery of food and other items. The company says it's all a movement toward your smartphone one day actually replacing your car. We could actually live to see that. Dave Buffett points out that the Uber drivers don't really have anything to lose in all of this. Most of them think of it as kind of a part-time gig anyway. And we should point out that that online survey in Halifax runs until October the 11th, and officials say they will study those results as part of a larger review of the taxi industry around here, and it may or may not result in changes. Jay, Maria.
Well, we'll be paying attention to that for sure. Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
CTV's Bruce FRISKO in Halifax for us.